All right, y'all. Part two. Part two on how I got lost on my way to the Superdome for the first time when I was 17. My first time driving to the Superdome. So, all right, we're on the highway, right? We jumps on the highway, on the Interstate 55, south. So we leave, time saver. Like I said, he split the gar, boom. Throw a whole dime sack in there, boom. He rolling up the blunt. So the Octomos, the green Octomos, rolling up the blunt. All right, so we drinking. We got a pint of Hennessy, drinking, passing it back and forth, sipping. He done fired that bitch up by the time, he had done rolled it by the time. Before we got there, the pen, the blunt roll fired up. We smoking, bumping, boom, bumping. That back then, that goddamn Silk the Shocker out. I played that Silk the Shocker a lot. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my albums of choice, Silk the Shocker. You know, so we was on that Silk the Shocker. We was on a lot of No Limit shit. Shout out to No Limit for sure. Um, so we playing that music, bumping the music, smoking the blunt. We rolling, boom, rolling. You know them if you know anything about them Octomos and that good green back then, it burned slow. So nigga, we rolling, riding, riding, blowing, just rolling, listen to music. So god damn it, we had to be rolling for about a good hour. I felt like it was an hour or two, but at least an hour. So this back then, remind you, there are no GPSs, none, zero. We had cell phones, but it wasn't a cell. It was the Nokia type shit. You know, we didn't even know nothing about texting back then. It was just strictly calls and shit like that type of communication. So that was back when the interstate had phones at every mile marker. So if your car broke down or something, you can get on and you ain't have a phone, you can get one of the boxes that had the phones at the mile markers and you can call for help or whatever. But anyway, we rolling, we rolling, we rolling. Boom, driving. Man, I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, fuck, bro. We've been riding for damn near 2 hours now. And I'm like, I say, bro, check this out. I say, man, look, the next exit, I'ma just pull over to about a store to see where we at, to see how much further we got. Man, I pulls over to the store, get out, go up in there and ask the lamb like, excuse me, ma'am, we trying to get to the Superdome. Like how far we is away? She like, baby, you 30 minutes past the Superdome. You gotta go 30 minutes back the other way. I'm like, what? Oh man. Damn, I'm like, damn, cause I figured, like, cause we had seen some lights, and then for about a half an hour or so, well, when we seen a lot of lights, we smoking and drinking. We ain't really paying attention. So I'm just driving on the interstate because, like I said, there wasn't no GPSs back then. You had to know where you was going. You couldn't miss a turn or you was done. So I'm just riding. I know I seen a lot of lights, but then probably about 5 minutes into that, I started seeing nothing but like swamp. Like it was nothing out there. So that's why I decided to pull over. I'm like, man. So I pulled over. Asked her that. She told me 30 minutes past, go back the other way. So, bam, jumped in the car. We turned around, went back the other way, went about 30 minutes. I seen the exit to the Superdome. Bam, got off. Bam, went on over to the Superdome, you know what I'm saying? Bam, we went in, to the game and shit. We made it on time and shit. We were good, made at a decent time. So we enjoyed the game and shit. Me and my dog. Then shit. After the game and shit, we seen people we know, whatever, blah, 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 chopped it up, whatever. We feeling fine, we fresh to death, we young niggas, money in our pockets, we loaded, we feeling good, you dig? So, left the Superdome, made it back home, of course, but then we made it back home, dropped them off. So, remind you, I put $5 in my car, $5. I rode all the way past the damn Superdome. and back and went to the Superdome and came all the way back. The A-Man had $5. And I bullshit you not. I rode around the hood probably about another day or so on that same gas. But the next day, I did ride around on that tank of gas for a few more days. Even though I went to New Orleans and came back, I still rode a couple days. But when we came back that next morning, I got up and, you know, I'm just blocking it, you know, the usual, seeing what's happening in the hood and shit. Tell me why my damn water hose busted on my shit. Water pump went out, like, boy, and I was like, man, bro, and I drove all the way down there, and I went way past, because the cell phone didn't have service when we got way out the way and lost. That's why I pulled over. Couldn't call nobody. But yeah, that's my story time. So I'm just grateful that my car didn't run hot, that hose didn't bust while I was way out where I was. That just goes to show you, man, that the universe is perfectly lined with a lot of us, and we always in the perfect places at the perfect time, in the perfect moment. So yeah, I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, man. Go check out the rest of my posts. I'm doing some products, I'm doing some reviews for. I want y'all to go get them because it's some nice products. I mean, they well worth it. I mean, you won't be losing no great deal of money or nothing. And it'd be something that's everyday use that you can use at the same time. And don't forget, I got a new single dropping. It's gonna be on my next post. The next post I post is called Freak Off. Ain't no Diddy now, but yeah, I want y'all to check that out. Y'all go get my next single that I'm dropping. I'm probably gonna drop it today. I don't know, depends on how I feel. I just drop when I feel like it. That's the luxury of being independent and do what you love, you know what I'm saying, and still could live a great, you know, a life that you want to live, you know, that you don't have to get up for nobody every day and go slave, you know. So yeah, that's the great thing about being independent, especially with dealing with music, with any business that you have. It's a great thing about being a boss. You do what you want to do when you want to do it, move how you want to move, sleep long as you want, go to sleep when you want to, get up when you want to, go where you want. Yeah, that's the great luxury of it. But like, share, subscribe, get me up to 1 million followers today. Yeah, part 2. Love.